welcome back to the channel. I'm so happy to have you here. I know it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded a video, but I was really happy about that one because emotional eating is something that so many of you, including myself, also really struggle from. See, this is what happens when you forget how to film a video because you waited like 2 weeks. So I was really happy about doing that video because so many people had always asked me about how to deal with emotional eating, how to understand it, how to kind of intervene that and stop that from happening. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. As you guys know, I just came back from Vegas and it was such an amazing trip. I went with my mom, my dad, and my sister. And on my Instagram, I kind of really expressed how it was the first time I was able to truly enjoy a vacation. And that's weird, right? Obviously, vacations and getaways are always so fun, but for me, as well, I'm sure as many of you have experienced as well, if you struggle with being comfortable in your own body, in your own skin, you're really into fitness, the regimens, and like having really strict schedules, and you have food anxiety or you struggle with binge eating, all that kind of stuff, it really messes up your vacation. It really just doesn't let you enjoy it. So this vacation that I took to Vegas, I was there for Father's Day. That was the first time where I was actually able to be a normal human and live and enjoy and explore and eat and not worry about a freaking thing. Insane, right? Like, I was like, woo, you are awesome. I am so happy. Who am I? Who is this person? And so that's what I want to talk about today. How do you get your life back? How do you actually learn how to live your life? How do you become a free, open, flexible person and just like live your life? It sounds so simple. It's really not. I just realized after finally enjoying this vacation, I never knew how to live my life. So I want to kind of just focus on the struggle of it first. You know, my whole life, I always struggled with being comfortable in my own body, my own skin. I grew up not doing any fitness, any physical activity. I was a singer and a performer, so that's kind of what I did, but I also developed eating disorders along the way. In my family, my mom was not always really comfortable with her body, so I heard that a lot, but my parents never shamed my sister and I when we were overweight. They never told us to lose weight or anything specific, but they would say, you know, don't eat the fat on this. We can only have fat-free this. So it's like little things that really build up, and that really messes with your relationship with food. And then at the age of 10, like I've told you guys before, I developed anorexia after some kid called me chubby. I didn't know that I was a fat kid, so I literally just decided to stop eating, and I lost about 40 pounds in 6 months, and I was basically the same height and stature as I am now, maybe a couple inches shorter, but imagine me 40 pounds less. Pretty crazy, right? So after that, with no proper recovery, I ended up developing really bad body image, a terrible relationship with food, and until now, I'm in binge eating disorder recovery. Binge eating when it comes to vacations and going out and eating is so frustrating and scary to go out and eat food. When you have anxiety when it comes to food and you're with other people and you're traveling, you are just in your head the whole time and you cannot enjoy it. It's very common, very stressful, confusing. We just sit there and kind of ask ourselves, why is this happening? We complain and we're sad and we're upset and we never really find any resolution because we really don't get it. And I finally got it. But that is because I really focus on my mental health, tackle my struggles with food and my body. I'm really a huge advocate for talk therapy, you know, going to a therapist, journaling, being mindful, reading books on mindfulness, meditation, all that kind of stuff, because really all these struggles have to come with your mental health. Like, it's in your brain and it's not your fault. And it's so amazing when you start to sort through it and figure it out. You're like, oh, okay, this is why I do that, and here's what we could do to prevent that. Or just understanding what's going on has kind of basically been the solution for me to then move forward and find ways to change. You are only really ready to change when you are ready for change. I think that we always do need to be inspired or have motivation to change if we're not in a healthy state, but really shaming yourself and pushing yourself when you're not ready kind of just pushes you further into the hole that you're already in. And it's weird, you have to kind of find a balance as to when to push yourself and when not to. And the point is to just give yourself love and compassion through it all and just know when to test yourself and when not to. So for example, when you want to practice going out and eating with people, you know, that's a good thing to start doing. Like, if you are not able to eat out with people right now, you still need to track and measure and weigh all of your food. First of all, check out my videos on how to kind of transition out of tracking tracking. I have a good amount of those on my channel. But if you're not able to do that, you should start practicing maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But if that day comes and you're really not ready and you're just freaking out, try to let yourself make a decision and not really force yourself, because anxiety is a really powerful thing. And I think a lot of people really struggle with anxiety and don't know that it is anxiety. And kind of pushing yourself when you're not ready is not the best thing to do. So the goal is to find a balance as to when to push yourself and when to just let yourself be. Recovery from eating disorders, or stopping tracking your food and transitioning to intuitive eating, any of this, being more explorative in your life, it can't just be like a one track and boom, you need to get there. There are many different roads that you should be able to take. Some days I will venture out and know, yeah, I'm gonna go hiking this day and I'm gonna go out to eat. I'm also gonna, and then other days are like, you know what, that would be too stressful for me. I'm not ready. I kind of want to go back into my shell and I'm just gonna stay home and eat my food and kind of just sit and watch Netflix. You need to let yourself have all of these. You're so used to being closed off and not exploring and weighing all your food, just like all those closed off, anxious, struggling behaviors. You can't just think that you're gonna throw them all away and you're gonna have this new lifestyle, because they're there for a reason. Those things, those behaviors come from your struggle, and it was always a way to make you feel like you have a safe space. Why would you want to take your safe space away? It's not the healthiest place to be, but you can't just make yourself go out in the world and have nothing to hold on to. That is your life jacket, stuff that really makes you feel secure and you have control. Let that still be an option for yourself, because you're gonna go back to it, and if you beat yourself up for going back to it, you're probably just gonna dig yourself deeper into that hole of struggle. Find a balance. Let yourself push yourself and let yourself forgive yourself. There you go. So personal experience wise, on this past trip to Vegas, I did something that I never would have done before. I went to the Red Rock Canyon to hike with my mom and my sister, and it was amazing. Amazing, amazing. Just getting out in nature. Also 3.5 million degrees basically. I don't know how people live in Vegas. It was really freaking hot. But I met some really cool people, and I'm usually a really shy, closed off person. But as I started living my life more, after I really did therapy and really talked through my struggles and started practicing eating out and doing different things, I see so much of myself just come out of this shell. It's almost scary, really overwhelming. I don't really recognize this person that I've become, because my whole life, and even like 6 months ago, I would still rather be home by myself, eating my own food and not challenging myself. It's kind of amazing once you just start letting those things peek out. It's almost like they just want to all come out at the same time, because that's who you really are. I think we all really want to get out in the world and explore it and be brave and strong. And I want you to know that you are all of those things. It just maybe hasn't come out yet. This video that I made, and all my videos in general, never have a perfect step-by-step rules as how you need to do stuff, but I want to share my personal experiences and kind of what goes in my head, and try to show you what might go on in your head, and just ways of giving yourself compassion, love, patience, forgiveness, and just a better understanding of our brains. Because as much as people try to find the easy ways out, actions to take, you really have to go inward and figure out what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on, all that kind of stuff that's made you how you are now. And you can sort through that and then figure out what your action plan will be. And I hope that really helps you guys not feel so lost, but I know it's not like concrete. So a lot of people don't really like that. You tell people that they really have to like feel or think, including myself. When I first had to do it, I was like, no, I just really want you to tell me what I need to do to stop being so intense and stressed and anxious all the time. And then when I finally let go of not wanting to put in that hard work, because I was like, okay, you're basically throwing me into the wilderness of my brain with so many thoughts and feelings that I don't know what to do with, and they don't feel good, they don't look nice, they're not a pretty package, they're like all over the place. I hated that. And now I'm so happy that I took that on, because I can share all that experience and wisdom with you guys, and I'm just open to experiencing anything. Thank you guys so much for watching and always putting up with me talking and going from this point to this point. You know, I like to make it feel like it's almost a conversation instead of like a set book of rules that I'm just reading out to you guys. You know, this is really just my raw feelings feelings and thoughts, and I just want you to always know how amazing you are, your potential, you can do anything, you are truly so strong and courageous on the inside. Just let yourself see it, believe it, and start practicing the things that you want to for that life that you really, really crave, because you can get there. I never, ever, ever thought I would get to this place, guys. Going on a vacation and not worrying about a thing, being adventurous, I barely recognize myself. Love you, thank you so much. Please like the video if you did like it, comment if you have anything to say, any new topics you want me to take on, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!
I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. Yeah. I'ma change your life. I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life. I'ma change